Tonight, hours of heated debate as lawmakers try to make an important decision.
We can remove a blight from our community and answer a question that none of us really want to have to answer, and that's spending $50 million for criminals.
WTVH. Bob Kirk, Tracy Davidson, Mike Tirico, and John Fisher with tomorrow's forecast. This is News Center 5.
Good evening. Here's what's going on. This is D-Day, Decision Day for Onondaga County lawmakers. Facing a midnight deadline, legislators are supposed to decide on where to put a new jail. But so far, it's been a day of deadlock. Donna Spezialy is live at the county legislative chambers, where she spent the day and night watching lawmakers struggle, trying to solve a costly problem. Donna?
And it has been a long day for everyone, Bob. They've been here since 1 o'clock this afternoon, trying to decide on where to put the new jail. There's been a lot of arm twisting going on the last 4 hours, but still no definite decision. Now, lawmakers have until midnight. The clock is ticking away. There's a half hour left. And if by midnight they don't have a site, they will have to start paying about $2 million worth in fines. Now, with the latest, I have County Legislator Terry Pickard with me. And Terry has just come up with a compromise resolution. Terry, what is it?
Well, we've struggled with this all day long. We finally reached a compromise, we believe, and that is that the jail will remain at the State Street site, but that expansion in the future goes to the Rockwell site over on the near west side. And the benefits and result of that are this. Number one, our
criminal justice elements all remain together
in one location. Number two, the west side receives the development that it is seeking through a catalyst of government to locate over there. And third, we're hopeful that by moving some county departments out of the Civic Center, we might be able to free up more parking for the Convention Center when that becomes a reality.
Okay, you've got less than a half hour. Do you think you have enough support for this?
I think we do. I think it's close anyway.
Okay, thanks, Terry Pickard. And we're going to see real soon how much support there is for this resolution. Again, if not, $2 million worth of fines will begin kicking in. I want to note that they did vote earlier, twice, and 12 lawmakers voted for the Rockwell site. The other 12 voted for the State Street site. So we're going to wait about another half hour, and hopefully we'll have a decision. Bob?
All right, Donna, 30 minutes and counting. Thanks. Well, the battle over who's right continues in Cicero.
That's where the town board wants the police chief to resign, but Chief Richard Griola is fighting it. A hearing that started last week continued today. Griola is accused of insubordination by Town Supervisor Roy Mallett and others on the town board. Specific allegations charge Griola responded to calls without a gun or badge, that he put officer safety in jeopardy, and that he wore improper attire on duty. Today, one of those former officers took the witness stand.
The policy clearly states that each officer shall be in uniform because of a good public prestige. When they see the uniform, it makes them respect the officer even more.
Following the conclusion of the hearing, it will still be up to the town board to decide Griola's fate. Last month, taxpayers in the North Syracuse School District rejected a $90 million referendum. The district proposed renovation and expansions for its buildings, which officials claim are overcrowded, and a new swimming pool was put before the voters. And now the school board must decide what's next.
And the people said two things. We know we got to do something. It's a community problem, and we really ought to take a look at 20 or 30 new ideas before we decide what's that going to be.
O'Rourke hopes to come up with a new proposal within the next few months to put before the taxpayers. Meanwhile, the school board continues its work on the budget, something O'Rourke says is difficult without knowing how much money will come from the state.
And work on the state budget has stopped. State Senate leaders are refusing to meet with Governor Cuomo. Instead, they're calling for a cooling-off period. The dispute is over the budget, which was supposed to be passed by Sunday. It was not. Budget talks broke down when Republican Majority Leader Ralph Marino insisted that an income tax schedule to take effect in October should go ahead as planned, something Governor Cuomo disagrees with.
Here, from 59 to 74, you ran the whole state, the governorship and both houses. And you took us from 22nd in the United States to first in the United States in income tax, leaving us bankrupt in 1975. Remember New York City, New York City?
With no budget in place, the state has no legal authority to spend money. Well, smokers in the workplace will be forced to, by law, to go to a place where they are allowed to smoke. Today was the first full business day for employers who must now have designated smoking areas away from the rest of the workforce. Now, at the BOCES Thompson Road campus, that designated area is outside.
We want certainly for the employees to understand that issue, let them know that it is a space issue, and as an alternative to allow for smokers to have a designated area, you know, they're certainly allowed to smoke out of doors.
As of yesterday, all employers must ban smoking in areas where non-smokers object. They must designate areas where smoking is allowed.
A caravan is moving toward Governor Cuomo's office, and today that caravan stopped at the offices of the Environmental Conservation Department here in Syracuse to ask Governor Cuomo to stop resettlement of the Love Canal and to stop the proposed dump in Van Buren. Among them, noted activist and former Love Canal resident Lois Gibbs.
And we're delivering a message to Cuomo that we will not be fooled, and that's part of the caravan. What will happen at Love Canal if they resettle it will set an ugly precedent, not just here in New York State, but all across the country. That sites where there is contamination, folks will not be moved out, the cleanup will be totally inadequate, and our environment and public health will be put at great risk.
The group claims a permanent solution needs to be found. Trade talks and falling foreign stock markets. We'll have that story.
And a teenager who battles a deadly disease and public fear tonight fights for his life.
My territory is like a geography lesson. LA, New York, Miami, London, Paris, Berlin. I live on TWA. I know all the flight numbers. I know the crew by their first names. We're old friends.
The TWA network covers 150 cities worldwide, including 125 cities in the U.S. alone.
Well, what do you expect? World is their middle name.
Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
Don't let the magic pass you by. Call New Channels Cable TV today.
Wegmans United giveaway is underway. 100% of every dollar you donate goes to your United Way. Everyone wins something every time.
Jimmy, did you know your daddy is planning for your future? He just bought a Toro GTS lawnmower with a 5-year starting guarantee. For 5 years, it'll start in the first or second pull, or Toro will fix it free. So your daddy knows it'll be around a long time, which means someday you might be using it to mow the lawn.
See the 5-year guarantee to start Toro lawnmowers at these Toro dealers.
A lot of places promise you reliable brake repairs, but nobody beats Midas. Mrs. Purvis took no chances. She came to Midas for the same reason a million others did. Because Midas guarantees you brake shoes and pads for as long as you own your car. And the people who work on your brakes are trained brake experts, not amateurs. Don't take chances with your brakes. Come to Midas. Because nobody beats Midas. Nobody.